Happy Good Friday, everybody. Got so much to get through today that I had to stop and record it from my child's nursery this morning. So make sure you're paying special attention to what we've got prepared for this week. Don't miss out. Let's dive right into the markets. So looking across the board, the top 100 coins, got lots of red on there today. Mostly the coins that have had big pumps recently, like Fetch AI, Floki, Bonk, those sorts of coins. Having a bit of a pullback. Gala, we've got some green ones, Dog with Hat, Filecoin, etc. So just having a bit of a pullback across the market mostly. Inflows and outflows from the market. After the week we saw lots of outflows from the market with a GBTC, which this week we've had a much more positive week. 182 million net inflows yesterday into the ETFs. The average amount per day is $224 million net inflow. So that's really positive for the markets. Looking at the RSI then, we had an RSI of 90 recently when we were about to hit the all-time high back in mid-March. And then we had a downtrend since then, which showed us a bearish divergence. Then we broke out of that downtrend and we got a bit of an uptrend here and a bit of a downtrend. So we got this triangle. We're hoping to break out of the triangle. We're currently looking like we're going to break down from this triangle. So be prepared right now, especially because with Bitcoin, let's look at the chart. We had this head and shoulders pattern that we broke out of. The target for that was 73,000 roughly. Then we had this ascending support line here, which we're currently breaking down from, which we'll have a look at in a moment. I did think there was going to be a bull flag here with the breakout of about 73,000 as well, especially because the target for the head and shoulders pattern was 73,000. But looking at what's just happened, if we confirm this breakdown on the slope here, we've got a kind of wedge here, an ascending triangle here, and we've broken down from it. So the pattern, the target of that could be somewhere around this area here, maybe about 66,000. Again, top of this support line, maybe. I think, yeah, that could be our support. That could be our target. Drop to here at about 66,000 something before we then shoot up again. Gala, we've seen a pump all the way up to 9 cents pretty much, and then we've dropped down to the 0.382, back to 0.5, back again, up to the 0.618 line on Fibonacci retracement with this line here for a while now. We dropped below it into this golden pocket. So we're waiting to see confirmation either way. We've got this target on the bull flag here of 9 cents, just over 9 cents here. So looking for that to happen over the short to mid-term. So just waiting for the upside of Bitcoin to bring upside to coins like Gala. If you've got any value from today's content, please make sure you like and subscribe. Help the algorithm to make sure that you do not miss out on any more of this insight. Pepe, we obviously had a massive run up over the last few months. The end of February, we were on 501, and then we saw a pump up to 401, so 10 times your money in that time. Then I've identified this resistance support line here, okay, because we had resistance, then we turned it into support several times, fell through, it's been resistance since. Okay, so we're just waiting to break through this line. When we break through this with a weekly or daily support, daily confirmation, then we will see much further upside, I think, for Pepe. Especially with market cap around 3 billion, I think, at the moment. So it could be going up to, could be a 10x still there. Fetch AI, my favorite coin of the whole bull market so far. So especially if you got in at prices like 20 cents down here in the bear market, you would have seen 15 times your money roughly. So especially recently, we've gone up from 0.66 cents in Valentine's Day. In just over a month, with about 5 times your money. Not bad at all. Still only a 2.6 billion market cap, so we could see 10 times your money still, especially in the AI space. Absolutely hot narrative at the moment, Fetch AI. Let's have a look at some of the trends here then. Okay, we had this after we hit the all-time high of 3.12 back on March 10th. We had this broadening wedge here where it's hitting the tops and the bottoms, getting wider, this range. Then we finally broke out of that range, and we did see a massive upside there. And we hit the target of 3.48, 3.5, and then we come back down. We had this support line here, several touches on the support line, and then it's breaking down again currently, just like Bitcoin. I think we could see a target then hitting back onto this $3 target, which could give us a head and shoulders pattern. So you have to be careful, play everything as we see it. Moving into the stock market space, just want to give you a couple of hot stocks to look into. Supermicro Computer. Now, in the last year, it's been up 856%. Again, it's the AI space. This is the time, this is the era to go big in this bull market. In this everything bubble that we're seeing at the moment. It's like the dot-com bubble in 2000. It's like the gold rush, guys. AI is the big bubble at the moment. It's a Supermicro Computer. It's only 60 billion market cap, which is much smaller than Nvidia, 2.5 billion market cap. So lots of growth still, supplying AI chips to companies like Nvidia and Amazon, Google. Big thing to look into, that MicroStrategy. Also in the last year, 529% up. If you've heard of Michael Saylor, biggest bull in Bitcoin, he's been buying thousands of Bitcoin throughout the last 2 years. So even if you got in at 400 on the 6th of February, you've seen 4 times your money since in just over a month. Okay, so not bad. And the reason for this is because the company is leveraging Bitcoin basically, so that they've got so much Bitcoin in their arsenal that this is almost like a Bitcoin leverage stock, but it's on the New York Stock Exchange, so great stock to be trading right now, in my opinion. Opendoor is a bit more of an unassuming stock, you might say. Okay, it's an AI stock again. Sorry, I'm just going so big into the AI narrative today. An AI stock in the housing market sector, like an estate agent using AI. So we've seen massive downtrend as the interest rates have increased over several years. But then we've seen a rounding bottom down here, and now we're seeing an uptrend. As you can see, higher highs, higher lows along here. So that's very starting to get bullish as there's more expectations of interest rate drops, and then more people start to buy properties again because interest rates are dropping, and more people will be using technology like Opendoor stocks. Okay. More recently, then we've had this breakout of this downward sloping wedge, bring us with a target 4.6. So that's about 50% rise in the short to mid term, in my opinion. But I think very bullish on the long term for Opendoor, and it's very cheap at the moment. So I'm going to be stacking up with Opendoor, I believe. Last but not least, gold. Now that those of you that have been around for a long time in the gold market, you would have known that there's been this resistance line since 20th of July 2020. So almost 4 years there's been this resistance line at $2,074. It's come up from a long way, obviously, down in 2018. It was at 1,200. We had a massive run up of almost 100% in 2 years, but then we just stagnated around this area. We came back down to 1630. So this is the support line, this is resistance, but we have broken out of this 3-4 year resistance line with confirmation on the weekly. So that gives us a target of we take it from there to there. So we're adding 700 to this breakout. So it gives us a target of about 2750 on gold in the short to mid term, guys. Gold is looking very bullish.